Desperado, why don't you
She had the biggest heart of anyone I've ever known. There were several things in her life that she loved more than anything else, and her family was one of them. Jesus was the other one, and music. And from a young age, I can remember us bonding over music, and that's why when I heard the story of what had happened between John and my aunt, it just kind of, it was special to me.
I got a report, and the thing that stuck out to me just before I met her was they told me they gave her about 3 weeks, maybe, and it had already been a week since that note was written, so I went in there with the expectation of whatever she wants to do, I'm going to figure out a way to get it done. I have tattoos. A lot of times when I'm working, I roll up my sleeves, and when I'm pushing meds, it's kind of hard to ignore them. They're right in your face, and she was asking about them, and she told me she didn't really care for tattoos, but she liked mine. And then I told her about on both my arms, there's a little guy playing a guitar under the trees, and then she asked me about music and asked if I played, and I said, yeah, I play. I play every week somewhere. We just kept talking about it for a while, and that was the first night I was with her. I was with her for 2 nights that we talked about that. So it was really, she just saw my arm and it brought it up, and we just kept talking about it.
I spent about 8 years at the bedside. I was also a charge nurse on 4T before the towers were built, and I now work in quality. But most people go into nursing because they have a love for other people and a genuine concern for the welfare of other people. After a while of working, you can get into a more task-oriented way of thinking. And for John, knowing that they sometimes work short-staffed and they sometimes don't have a lot of free time, for him to take that time that he probably didn't have that night and spend it with her in such a special way, that just meant a lot. So that particular morning she said, hey, do you happen to know a John that works on 6th floor? And I said, no, I don't. I know a couple of people that work up there. I can find out. And she said, you're not going to believe what happened last night.
So at the beginning of the second night, I was in the room, and I had my student nurse with me. And she had asked, she said, don't one of y'all sing or something? And I said, I do. And she asked me to sing for her. I'm not very good at talking to people, unless it's like in the professional, I'm taking care of you some kind of way. I'm a shy person, I think, I guess. I said, I don't know. And then I went back to the pod I was in. I was sitting there thinking about it a lot. And I remembered that I left my guitar in my car, which I usually don't. I remember I left it in there, and I just couldn't stop thinking that I can't imagine if I was in this situation and I loved music, and I had maybe a week or 2 left, that I'd never get to hear it again live, or and it just bothered me to think that. And so I came back and got her meds, and I told her that I said, I'll make something happen for you. I'm gonna make sure everybody gets settled with the initial medicines that they're supposed to get at around 9 or whatever the case is. And I told her that I would do something. We'd figure something out. She some of the bands and stuff she had telling me she liked, I was trying to think of a song that I could think of that I play that she might enjoy, and I thought it wasn't too loud to like bug anybody around us, but I thought she might like it. I played Desperado by the Eagles, so I think it meant a lot to her. I try to connect with everybody and do something for them that makes it a little easier to be stuck in a hospital.
I'm just so glad that she and John clicked, and I'm glad that her last experience here at EAMC was a good one, and I'm glad that we have nurses like John that work here for us and go out of their way to make people feel special, especially people that don't have a lot longer to live. And John knew what she needed that night, and I'm just thankful for John.